Good morning, fifth graders. What is this? 2 days before spring break. It's Thursday. This is your quick math video for the day. Just want to say it was so good to see all of you yesterday and introduce you to coding and game design. I know that a lot of you did join up and wanted to be a part of it or at least check it out. So cool. Those that did not, no problem. Here's the code again in case you were interested in coding and game design, but for some reason you didn't make it to the 11 o'clock meeting yesterday. It's right there. UU26TGE. That would be the Google Classroom code for coding and game design, our second graduate school class of the year. Okay. All right. Well, let's dive right into, I know. Another exciting thing that happened yesterday, I almost forgot this, was fish race. So Rodolfo finally built the fish racetrack. We raced our 3 fish, Tico, Kazoo, and Jeffy. Guess who won? You'll have to wait to see in a second. So I did get some video of that yesterday. When you guys get back from spring break, we'll definitely set it up out there when cohort A and B come back, and we'll race the fish with you guys. But for now, let's look at what happened yesterday. Now, when I record a video sideways on my phone, when I put it into a Google slide, it stays sideways. So you're going to have to tilt your heads. But you know what? You'll get the idea. All right, here we go.
Just sit overnight in.
All right, so here's our fish racetrack. We got Kazoo in lane 1, Jeffy in lane 2, and Tico in lane 3. All right, Mr. Gilroy, you ready?
Wait a second. Okay. I'm looking for.
All right. In the next video, you'll be able to see who's going to win. Oh. All right, so who's going to win? Take your bets. Kazoo, lane 1, Jeffy, middle lane, or Tico, lane 3. Who's going to win? This is your time to raise your hand, to write it down, to predict in your mind, to do whatever you guys want. All right? All right. So let me get out of full screen. The big reveal is coming. Keep those heads tilted sideways. See, look, my head's still tilted sideways. All right, Red. Now, I'm warning you, this happens fast. My camera work is average to poor. Next time we set it up, we'll have better camera work. But you can tell who wins. Here we go. Ready? Go!
Whoa, Jeffy, it's taking off. Jeffy,
Whoa, Jeffy!
Is he there?
Jeffy already won!
And Tico.
No, Tico!
And looks like Kazoo is still in.
Kazoo doesn't know. I know that was horrible camera work, you guys. I'll do it again. They were really a lot faster than we thought. That was actually cool.
That was awesome.
All right. All right. Hopefully it was exciting for you as it was for me. If you thought that was exciting, wait till you get to see line plots and how line plots work. So we're going to dive over to Think Central again because they do a great job showing. Now, in the Think Central video, I'll skip this part, but they talk about finding the average. You don't have to find the average. So even on your homework, your few problems you have to do for homework, your last homework before spring break, don't worry about the average part. You can skip that problem, okay? The ones about average. But let's take a look.
Let's solve a problem using a line plot. Let's unlock this problem.
All right, let's unlock it. Woo! So anyway, a line plot, what they're going to do is they're going to do a line, like just a line, a number line. And then on the number line, they're going to take the data and they're going to put an X above each value. Okay, so if there's 5 1/4, they'll have 5 X's above it. That's pretty much as easy as it gets. Okay. Now, adding them all up, it's going to use some skills from actually 4th grade more than anything because the denominators will usually be the same.
Create a line plot. Before you count the number of cups of each amount, you need to create the line plot. First, let's create a title. It should describe what you're counting.
Okay.
You want to know how much water is used. Next, you need to label the line plot. To do that, you need to know what you've measured.
Looks like we have fourths, halves, 3/4 or 3/4. And of course, on the other end, you're going to want 1 whole, which would be 4/4. So I'm predicting they're going to go 0, 1/4, 1/2, or 2/4, 3/4, 4/4, or 1 whole. Let's see.
You have measured water in 1/4, 1/2, and 3/4
Oh, interesting.
sizes.
Okay.
You can label the line plot using those measurements. Now, let's start marking how many of each measurement we have on the line plot. How many 1/4 cups do you have?
Before we do that, that was interesting. I guess they didn't do 0, 1/4, 1/2, 3/4, and 1 whole. They put just the measurements that they actually see up here on the line. No big deal. So how many 1/4 are there? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks like 5 1/4. So they're just going to put 5 X's above 1/4. It's pretty much that simple.
5. So let's make 5 marks in the 1/4 cup column. How many 1/2 cups do you have?
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like 4.
4. So let's make 4 marks in the 1/2 cup column. How many 3/4 cups do you have?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 again.
5. So let's make 5 marks in the 3/4 cup column. Find the total amount of water in all of the beakers that contain 1/4 of a cup of water. There are 5 beakers with 1/4 of a cup of water, so there are 5/4 or 1 1/4 cups. Next, find the total amount of water in all of the beakers that contain 1/2 of a cup of water. There are 4 beakers with 1/2 of a cup
4
of
times
water.
a half is 4
there are
halves. 4
4
divided by
halves,
2 is
or
2.
2 cups. Find the total amount of water in all of the beakers that contain 3/4
Come
of a cup
on, make us
of
do that
water.
one.
There are 5 beakers
You did
with
it for us.
3/4 of a cup of water. So there are 15/4 or 3 3/4 cups. Add to find the total amount of water in all of the beakers.
Oh, good. I'm glad he took a pause. So if you look at all these, all they're doing is repeated adding, right? There are 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 1/4. As we know, it's just repeated adding, or put it over 1, multiply straight across, 5/4. Then all fractions are division problems. So 5 divided by 4, how many 4s go into 5? 1, remainder 1. And he did that for all those. And now he's just adding everything up. So look, we have 3 plus 2 is 5, plus 1 is 6. And then 1/4 plus 3/4 is 4/4, which is 1 whole, so it's going to be 7.
There are 7 cups of water in all of the beakers. Count the number of X's on the plot to find the number of beakers. There are 5 plus 4 plus 5 beakers. How many is that?
So all they're saying there is it depends what the question is. In this question, it's like, how many beakers are there? So a beaker is like a little thing. How many little things of water were there? Well, it's how many total things there were. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
There are 14 beakers.
Okay, now they're going to have you do the average, but we're not going to worry about that. We're going to watch one more slide, take a little bit of notes, and that'll be it.
Let's look at another line plot.
Let's unlock the problem.
Let's unlock this problem. First, create a title for your line plot. It should describe what you're counting. Label 1/8, 1/4, and 1/2 on the line
So
plot
1/8,
to show the different
1/4,
amounts the
1/2.
3-ounce bags of rice have been divided into.
Because remember, really 1/8 is the smallest, even though it has the biggest denominator. It's the smallest because it's cut into the most pieces.
Use division to find the number of 1/8 of an ounce, 1/4 of an ounce, and 1/2 of an ounce bags that were made from the 3-ounce bags of rice. Each division problem can be solved by rewriting it as a...
Sorry, the recording paused there for a second, but it's okay. That was enough of that. Let's just do one on our own now. So I'm going to switch over to our document camera, set up our notes. All right, so here's our document camera. Scoot it over. Let's do our 3-column notes. So a line down here. Now, I met with a bunch of parents at conferences this week, and the number one thing that I had parents do is I had the whoever the student was go get their notebook and bring it to their parents and see if it's organized. All of your notes should look like this, 5th graders. You should have one math notebook. It always should have what you're working on. It should be labeled. It should have nice notes. and you should be able to find them all, because all those notes then can be used on your tests or to study, and plus that is just good organization. So that's why we're setting up our notes like this. So up here, let's put line plots. And today is, oh, that's right, April Fool's Day. So if you haven't gotten caught yet, you might get caught soon. First day of April. Happy first day of April. Okay, so what we're going to start with is some data. Some data or some numbers. You just need to copy this quickly. Let's do 1/4, 1/4, 1 whole, 1 1/4, 2/8, 4/8, 1/2, 1 1/2, 1 1/4, and 1 1/2. So I'll give you a second to write all that down. I'll switch colors here. Let's go with red. All right, so let's make our line plot, which is really just a number line. We're going to do it a tiny bit different than they did it. Let's do 0, 1, and 2. Okay. And then let's cut this into fourths. So we got a half of a half, half of a half. Let's label all of our parts here. So we have 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, 4/4. You're like, but you already wrote a number there, right? That's 1 whole. Now this you could call 1 1/4, or could be 5/4, same thing, right? Because if we just count, we got 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, 4/4, 5/4. But what is 5/4 really? 1 1/4, 1 2/4, or 1 1/2, 1 3/4. Okay, I'm going to switch colors one more time and grab blue. I'll let you get caught up there. Now all we have to do is put X's above the how many of each thing there is. So the first thing I see here is a 1/4. So let's count how many. There's 1, 2, 2 1/4. So we do an X and an X, right? So these are gone. I even like to sometimes cross them out if I can. How many 1 wholes are there? Well, there's only 1 whole. 1 1/4. I have 1, 2. How many 1 1? Oh, how many 2/8? Uh-oh, there are no eighths. So I'm going to leave that one. That seems confusing right there. So I'll put question mark. How many 4/8? I don't see any eighths. I only see fourths. Question mark. Uh-oh. How many 1/2s? Actually, I don't see any 1/2s either. I only see fourths. 1 1/2. Oh, I do see one of those. And another 1 1/2. See? So what do I do about these three? Maybe you could pause the video and talk about it as a class. Or if you're at home, think about that. Do I just not put them on there? Well, actually, they are on there because 2/8 does have an equivalent fraction, right? 2/8, if you divide the top and bottom by 2, really equals 1/4. So that's like a secret. The state test, I remember, had ones like this on there. Line plots aren't too bad because they give you the data and all you have to do is put the X's on there. But the thing is that when there's one that doesn't seem like it fits, it's really a 1/4, you see? So now that one goes away. What's 4/8 the same as? 1/2. And where is 1/2 here? Oh yeah, 2/4 is really 1/2. So there, that's 1/2, and then there's your other 1/2. Okay, now let's do a couple of questions here. How many, it's probably not how many, it's probably what's the total for, let's say, for 1/4. So then you just go to the 1/4 and you go, how many are there? There's 1, 2, 3, 3 1/4. So 3 times 1/4 equals 3/4. how many, let's say 1 1/4. Well, there's 2 of them, so it's just 1 1/4 plus 1 1/4 equals 2 2/4. So that's all you do. You just add up whichever ones. So let's take a look quickly at what your homework is, and then you guys are set. And I would even suggest that this wasn't a very long lesson, so you might even have time to do this in class, which would be fine with me. Get it done. So here is your actual homework for the night. Remember the ones that say average. So if you see the word average, it doesn't look like there's an average one here, but down here it says number 9. What is the average? You don't need to do that. So basically all you have to do is this. Fill in the line plot. So you see 1/4. How many x's have to go above 1/4? Looks like 1, 2, 3, 3. So you just put 3 x's above it. It's that easy. And then you do that for each of them. You're going to have to probably draw this out in your notebook because you don't actually have this workbook page. So go ahead and draw this out in your notebook. You don't have to write all of this. Just write this and put the x's above it. And then put a number 2. What is the combined 1/2? So however many 1/2 are there, you have to be able to combine those. So if there's 4 of them, it would be a half plus a half plus a half plus a half, or 4 times 1/2. Again, we'll go over this tomorrow on Friday before we do something fun for the last day before spring break. So thanks for being a great listener. I know that was kind of long and somewhat interesting, but it was really good to see you guys. I'll try to stop into actual class today and say hi. And otherwise, have an awesome spring break.